Arsenal is the best side in the Premier League right now and can win the Championship, no doubt about it. The number one position soaring to the top of the list. Nobody anticipated Arsenal to put on such a bizarre display with amazing new records. The football world is raving about Arsenal's outstanding start to the season. Hello and welcome to Goalside. In today's video, we'll look at what's causing Arsenal to suddenly become a great squad capable of producing the best results at the top of the league. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video. Erling Haaland up front makes Man City appear unstoppable, yet Arsenal are still in first place. The editors and journalists of Goal disagree on the winner. Can they shock everyone this year and dethrone Manchester City as Premier League champions? For Arteta's young Gunners, Sunday's exciting triumph against Liverpool seemed monumental after the North London derby victory over Tottenham the previous weekend, the biggest test they had yet to face, and they aced it thrillingly. Could they pull off the impossible and give Arsenal its first Premier League championship since 2004? Will Arsenal be able to win the Premier League? No one in the club is interested in providing an answer at the time. After Sunday's 3-2 victory over Liverpool, Mikel Arteta was questioned and skillfully avoided the question, as he has done numerous times in the previous weeks. Gabriel Martinelli was asked, and while he did venture to acknowledge that it was something he and his teammates had fantasized about, he also repeated that we're just enjoying every game as it comes. The season has only had 9 games thus far. Since the golden years of the Invincibles under Arsene Wenger, Arsenal have gotten off to a fast start, and there is a belief and sense of community surrounding the club right now that may not have been present then. They deserve to be at the top of the list since they are the best, but whether they can continue is a completely different story. I still believe Manchester City will win the championship, and I doubt many people will disagree with me, but that doesn't mean that Arsenal can't prevail. Naturally they can. When asked about the chances of his team winning the title, Arteta's responses are accurate despite being stale and predictable. Arsenal must focus on winning each game one at a time, ticking them off and following their lead. Who knows if they can continue the search past March? Leicester showed what can be done 6 years ago, so anyone completely writing off Arsenal's chances at this stage would be foolish. Erling Haaland has been ludicrous, while Man City have been fantastic thus far. But what's this? Despite all of that, they continue to hold Arsenal in high regard when it comes to the league standings. Right now, Arteta's group is the greatest in the nation. The league table doesn't lie, as the saying goes. The team is undoubtedly not as strong as City's, but Leicester's in 2015-16 was. Many people might wonder what would occur if Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka or Gabriel Martinelli were hurt. However, what if Haaland was hurt? Perhaps Kevin De Bruyne? Despite the talent-filled City, those guys are nonetheless incredibly difficult to replace, so Arsenal just needs to keep doing what they're doing and stay in the race for as long as possible. Everyone anticipates them to make a mistake. Since the beginning of the year, we've all heard they haven't played anyone yet. They've played 3 games against the Big Six in 9 games, and yet they still lead the table. Therefore, that is a line that doesn't make sense. Will Arsenal take the title? It seems unlikely to me. Can they triumph? Without a doubt, yes. Despite Liverpool's problems, Sunday felt like a significant advancement in the "Can Arsenal challenge?" discussion. Even if it wasn't the most convincing victory, it did demonstrate how much this team has improved and learned under Mikel Arteta. Intensity, restrained aggression, and mental toughness in particular. All things they've frequently been accused of lacking in the past. There's a lot of talent there, particularly in the front four, but it's important to keep the stability that players like Xhaka and Saliba bring. Although squad depth may be an issue, particularly in central midfield or at centre-back, there is reason to believe that players like Tomiyasu and Nketiah, Tierney, Smith Rowe and Vieira, who have all yet to make a significant impact in the Premier League this season, could handle a few injuries if necessary. Naturally, comparisons to Liverpool's success under Jurgen Klopp have been made, and I can understand that. Arsenal's young players and managers have a hunger, and the team appears to be making excellent decisions in the transfer market after a protracted period of making awful choices. They've inspired their fans and play with purpose, which, as we saw at Anfield, can make a significant difference. Can they travel with their home form? Can they find a result at Stamford Bridge, the Etihad, Anfield and Tottenham? We'll have to see how they recover from their defeat at Old Trafford. You can be sure that they'll have one. However, they need to ride this wave because they're currently in good shape. It would be lovely if they did, but I don't think they'll have enough to overturn City. Liverpool didn't, and they were further ahead than this side. A powerful Arsenal is what the Premier League needs, and it already has one. Before Liverpool visits the Emirates, most City supporters will still identify Jurgen Klopp's team as their biggest threat. Few people will still dismiss Liverpool's challenge right now, especially with a trip to Anfield on the horizon. But there is a growing consensus that Arsenal might be the team to keep an eye on. Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko, who were so essential in their recent triumph, as well as Mikel Arteta, an inspiration behind the scenes, are two players that City is undoubtedly aware of. As well as from the manner the Gunners performed in the New Year's Day match between the two teams in North London, where Arsenal was the superior team but lost to Rodri's late goal following an act of self-sabotage when Gabriel was awarded an absurd red card. Over the summer, Arteta appears to have ironed out those weaknesses and added some toughness and intellect. They also no longer have the Champions League to divert their attention. Unfortunately, the game scheduled for next week has been postponed because it would have shown if Arsenal and City are on equal footing or if they still have work to do. I genuinely want to claim that Arsenal can win the title, but the truth is they have no chance of doing so, which is unfortunate for both the Gunners and the Premier League. There are plenty of positive aspects to Mikel Arteta's squad, which features a host of talented young players who play an entertaining brand of aggressive football. It's simple to understand why the Emirates is more energised than ever. This is a side, and indeed a club, that is finally moving in the right direction again, after years of gross mismanagement. The Premier League needs to keep up with its incredible start to the season for English football to continue to project the image that it is the most competitive top division in football overall. The fact that City will cruise to their 5th championship in 6 years this season will highlight the fact that it is not though. Nobody else in England has the squad or financial resources to compete with the super club financed by Abu Dhabi for a complete season. It's a fact that they would have won the league again last season if it weren't for Liverpool, and now that Erling Haaland is on board, there'll be no stopping them in the upcoming days, weeks, months, or perhaps even years. Arsenal will still be one to keep an eye on. They've progressed and will keep doing so. They might even wind up taking home a trophy. What do you think about Arsenal's impressive performance that has propelled them to the top of the Premier League? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.